wondered whether we could comprehend an alien language if we ever came across one? This is a question that has captivated scientists, linguists, and science fiction enthusiasts alike for decades. The enigma of alien languages, the very concept of attempting to understand and translate communication from an extraterrestrial intelligence, is as fascinating as it is daunting. This is a hypothetical topic, of course. We have yet to encounter an alien civilization, much less their language, but the speculation around it is far from frivolous. It's a thought experiment that pushes the boundaries of linguistics and cognition, prompting us to question the nature of language itself. When we think about alien languages, we're not just musing about otherworldly scripts or strange sounds. We're contemplating the possibility of a form of communication that could be fundamentally different from anything we know. It could operate on principles entirely alien to us, pun very much intended. One concept that comes into play here is universal grammar. This is a theory that suggests there's a set of grammatical rules hardwired into all humans, regardless of the language we grow up speaking. It's a sort of linguistic blueprint, if you will, that we're all born with. But if we were to encounter an alien language, would it adhere to this universal grammar? Or would it completely defy our inborn linguistic instincts? This is a conundrum that adds another layer of complexity to the alien language enigma. Imagine trying to decipher a language that doesn't fit within our innate understanding of how communication works. It'd be like trying to solve a puzzle with pieces that don't fit into the picture we're familiar with. But isn't that what makes this topic so intriguing? As we embark on this journey of exploration, remember, we're treading into uncharted territories, deciphering the undecipherable. So buckle up and prepare for a linguistic adventure like no other, as we delve into the fascinating world of alien languages. So what's this universal grammar we've been talking about? Well, let's dive into the deep end. Universal grammar is a theory in linguistics that suggests there's a set of grammatical rules common to all human languages, ingrained in our minds from birth. It's like a blueprint, a pre-wired framework that helps us learn languages as we grow. The theory was developed by the renowned linguist Noam Chomsky, who argued that the ease and speed at which young children pick up language is proof that some aspects of language are innate. It's not something we're taught, but something we're born with, like a bird's instinct to fly. But here's where the conundrum comes in. If universal grammar is hardwired into our brains, what happens when we encounter a language that doesn't follow these rules? Enter the alien language. Alien languages, by their very nature, are a mystery. They could have grammatical structures wildly different from anything we've ever encountered. They might not even be based on sound or written symbols. They could be based on colors, patterns, or something else entirely beyond our human comprehension. The universal grammar theory suggests that we, as humans, might find it impossible to naturally learn an alien language. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Our brains are just not designed to process languages that don't follow the rules of universal grammar. This means we would have to study an alien language the same way scientists research new phenomena. It would be a slow, painstaking process, requiring us to stretch our understanding of what a language can be. So, if universal grammar is indeed hardwired into our brains, could we ever hope to comprehend a language that doesn't adhere to it? The answer is uncertain. But one thing is for sure. The quest to understand an alien language would push the boundaries of our understanding of language itself. Humans, the only species with a complex language system. But why is that? Let's dive into the unique nature of human language. It's an intricate web of sounds, symbols, and meanings, a system so complex that it sets us apart in the animal kingdom. Our language is not just a tool for communication, but a powerful instrument for expressing ideas, emotions, and thoughts. It's a way to convey our dreams, fears, and aspirations, to share our history, and to paint pictures of possible futures. Human language is open-ended. This means we can generate an infinite number of sentences and express an infinite number of ideas. We can speak about the past, the present, and the future. We can discuss tangible things like apples or stars, as well as abstract concepts like freedom or love. Now, what if we were to encounter an alien language? Would it be as complex and open-ended as ours? Would it be a reflection of their cognition, just as our language reflects ours? we must remember that the complexity and open-endedness of our language are shaped by our human experiences and our environment. It's influenced by our cultures, our histories, our technologies, and even our biology. An alien species existing in an entirely different environment, with a different evolutionary history, might develop a language that's incomprehensible to us. Their language might be based on different principles, different sensory modalities, or different cognitive structures. For example, if an alien species communicates using electromagnetic waves, their language might be more akin to our music or mathematics than to our spoken or written words. Similarly, an alien species with a radically different cognitive structure might have a language that violates our principles of syntax or semantics. These possibilities highlight the challenges we might face in recognizing and understanding an alien language. They also underscore the importance of keeping an open mind and a flexible approach in our search for extraterrestrial intelligence. In the end, our language is a reflection of our cognition. Could an alien language be a mirror to an entirely different way of thinking? Let's explore this further in the next scene. Let's imagine for a moment that we have encountered an alien language. What could it look like? Language, as we understand it, is a product of our human physiology, cognitive abilities, and the environment we inhabit. So, when we try to envision what form an alien language might take, we should consider these factors. For instance, the alien's physiology could drastically affect the way they communicate. If they don't have vocal cords like us, they might rely on other ways to express themselves. Perhaps they use a series of complex gestures, or they communicate through colors, like some of our earthly cephalopods. Just as important is the environment the aliens inhabit. On Earth, our languages have been shaped by our surroundings. For example, the Inuit have dozens of words for snow. If the aliens live in a world of constant darkness, their language might not have words for colors, but it might have a rich vocabulary for describing different types of darkness. And let's not forget cognitive abilities. If the aliens are vastly more intelligent than us, their language might be far more complex than anything we can comprehend. It could be multi-layered, with several meanings conveyed simultaneously, or it might be three-dimensional, with ideas and concepts intertwined in ways we can't even begin to understand. But what if the aliens' cognitive abilities are different, not necessarily superior? They might perceive time differently, leading to a language that doesn't have tenses. Or they might have a collective consciousness, resulting in a language without personal pronouns. The possibilities are endless, and as varied as the universe itself. And while we can hypothesize and speculate, the truth is, we won't know what an alien language looks like until we encounter it. So until then, we'll keep exploring, keep searching, and keep imagining. The possibilities are endless, and as varied as the universe itself. Say we found an alien language. How on earth do we start to understand it? That's the $64,000 question, isn't it? It's like trying to read a book written in a language you've never seen before, without a dictionary or any point of reference. Deciphering an alien language would no doubt be a monumental task. It would require a multidisciplinary approach, combining the skills of linguists, cryptographers, computer scientists, and astrophysicists. But where would we even begin? Firstly, we'd need samples of the language. A single word or phrase isn't going to cut it. We'd need a substantial amount of data to even begin to crack the code. Think about the Rosetta Stone, which helped us decipher Egyptian hieroglyphs. It had the same text written in 3 scripts, one of which was Greek, a language already known. But with an alien language, we wouldn't have that luxury. We'd be starting from scratch. It would be a slow process of trial and error, pattern recognition, and statistical analysis. We'd have to identify repeating patterns and try to figure out the rules that govern the language. Let's not forget about context. In human languages, context is everything. The meaning of a word can change drastically depending on its context. Would the same be true for an alien language? Or would their language be more literal, more mathematical? And what about nonverbal communication? Humans use gestures, facial expressions, and body language to supplement spoken language. Could there be an alien equivalent? These are all questions that linguists and scientists would have to grapple with. It would be a task of Herculean proportions, requiring patience, creativity, and a whole lot of brain power. But imagine the reward: to be the first to decipher an alien language, to unlock the secrets of an extraterrestrial civilization, to bridge the gap between our world and theirs. Deciphering an alien language would be a monumental task. But isn't it a challenge worth taking on? What happens if we do crack the alien code? This is the question that could propel us into an era of unprecedented discovery and challenge our very understanding of existence. The implications are as vast as the cosmos itself. Imagine for a moment that we have succeeded in deciphering the language of an alien civilization. This achievement would be more than just an intellectual triumph. It would be a monumental stepping stone towards technological advancements beyond our current comprehension. From harnessing energy sources that defy our understanding of physics, to developing technologies that could prolong life or revolutionize space travel, the possibilities are infinite. But the implications of understanding an alien language extend beyond the realm of technology. It would also plunge us into deep philosophical dilemmas. Would we consider these beings as equals, or would our instinctive sense of otherness prevail? How would our religions and belief systems cope with the undeniable proof of life beyond Earth? Would our ethical and moral code stand up to the scrutiny of a civilization potentially millions of years more advanced than ours? The impact on our social fabric could be profound as well. Society might have to grapple with a new hierarchy of intelligence, where humans are no longer at the top. Could we handle such a seismic shift in our perspective? Would it unite us as a species, or would it sow seeds of division? And let's not forget about the potential for cultural exchange. The arts, music, literature, and ways of thinking from an entirely different civilization could enrich our own, creating a cultural renaissance the likes of which we've never seen. But what if the message we decipher is not friendly? What if it's a warning, or worse, a threat? Would we be prepared for such a scenario? These are questions we must face head-on if we are to embark on this journey. The implications are far-reaching and could change humanity as we know it. So, after all this, where do we stand on understanding alien languages? We've journeyed through the labyrinth of linguistic possibilities, from the enigma of alien communication to the universal grammar conundrum. We've pondered the unique complexity of human language and dived deep into the hypothetical structure of extraterrestrial dialects. We've explored the process of deciphering an alien code, a task akin to piecing together a cosmic puzzle with infinite pieces and no reference image. We've speculated on the potential implications of understanding an alien language, a breakthrough that would undoubtedly reshape our understanding of intelligence and our place in the universe. But even with all these discussions, the mystery remains. The question of what form alien language might take is still shrouded in the unknown. Our understanding of language is bound by our human perspective, shaped by the cognitive structures we've evolved over millennia. It's like trying to imagine a new color, something entirely outside the spectrum of our experience. The possibility of a human naturally learning an alien language seems remote, given our genetically predetermined universal grammar. The likelihood is that we would have to study an alien language the same way we conduct scientific research, through a slow and painstaking process of discovery. We're the only species we know of that uses language in such a complex, open-ended way. But what if alien beings communicate in a manner we can't even conceptualize, using senses or dimensions we can't access? What if their language, like our human languages, has no clear starting point, no Rosetta Stone to guide our understanding? In the end, the question remains, can we ever truly understand an alien language? Until we meet our cosmic neighbors, we can only speculate and dream. We stand on the precipice of a vast linguistic frontier, peering into the unknown, armed with our curiosity and our unquenchable thirst for knowledge. In the end, the question remains, can we ever truly understand an alien language? Until we meet our cosmic neighbors, we can only speculate and dream.